The Boston Celtics are tied for the most wins in NBA history with the Los Angeles Lakers. Both clubs have won 17 NBA championships. The Celtics have been so close to winning their 18th championship in the last decade, but have been unable to do so. So, let's look at 3 reasons why the Boston Celtics will reach and win the NBA Finals in 2022, claiming their 18th franchise championship. But before we proceed, let us make first some shout out. Shout out to Christine Leeson. Thank you for your support. I do random shout out from my subscribers. If you want to get mentioned on my next video, subscribe now. Reason number 1. Boston has elite team defense. As recently as Christmas, the Boston Celtics were regarded as the NBA's biggest disappointment. They were considerably out of contention for the playoffs. People were clamoring for the dismissal of coach Ime Udoka. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were rumored to be incompatible teammates. The Celtics are one of the hottest teams right now. The biggest change has been on defense. Boston had the top defensive efficiency of the season, just ahead of the Phoenix Suns and Golden State Warriors. Since the calendar flipped to 2022, Boston has a defensive rating of 100.4. That's 4 points ahead of the second-best mark held by the Dallas Mavericks, with the Suns behind them. Every pick and roll can be switched by Boston. Their big guys move their feet incredibly well, with Robert Williams and Al Horford having excellent seasons. Furthermore, Marcus Smart and Jaylen Brown, 2 of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA, play for Boston. When the NBA playoffs arrive, everyone knows how much the game slows down. The whistles of the referees are swallowed a little more. Games aren't as high-scoring as they once were, therefore a strong defense is crucial. There is no better defense than Boston's. Reason number 2. Boston has performed well against good teams. The Celtics are not only the hottest team in the NBA, but they are also extremely competitive. They were the only club in the Eastern Conference with a winning record against winning teams as recently as March 6, with a 16-14 record. Since then, the Celtics have beaten the Brooklyn Nets, Charlotte Hornets, Golden State Warriors, and Denver Nuggets, going 4-1 against winning teams. The game against Brooklyn was the only one that was close. Because it was in Boston, the Nets were able to field both Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. The Celtics are currently 20-15 against winning clubs, comfortably the best in the Eastern Conference. Reason number 3. Celtics have the duo of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. The emergence of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is the key reason the Celtics will reach and win the NBA Finals in 2022. For a couple of seasons, both players have been extremely effective. But this season, they've really matured as a teammate. When the Celtics were struggling earlier this season, there was talk that one of them needed to be traded. All of that has certainly come to an end. They are now the reason the Celtics are seen as real championship contenders. Tatum has risen to become one of the NBA's finest players. He isn't as well known as some of the other emerging superstars, like as Trae Young and Ja Morant. He, on the other hand, plays defense and does so very well. Tatum is averaging 27 points, over 8 rebounds and 4 assists per game, with over a steal per game to his credit also. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brown has put in a lot of effort to improve his scoring efficiency. The knock on him when he first entered the league was that he couldn't shoot. He was a slasher who was also a fantastic defender. Brown is shooting over 46% from the floor and averaging 2.5 triples a game this season, despite averaging 23 points per game. It's no surprise that the Celtics have consistently stated that both of these players are untouchable. They are 24 and 25 years old respectively. Both the present and future is bright in Boston. What are your thoughts on this video? Do you think Celtics can win the NBA Finals? Let us know by leaving comments below. If you enjoyed watching, you may also watch the video in your screen, the 2022 NBA Playoffs prediction.